Show, your bi-weekly behind-the-scenes look at some of your favorite Roblox games and the awesome people who make them. I'm Jack in the Blocks.
And I am Davidii.
Yeah, our special guest. Davidii is one of our Roblox interns for the summer, so for the second episode in a row, we have an in-house guest, which is very exciting. It's no Skype window, just he's actually here. I can touch him. He's here. It's great. It's rad. Awesome. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm not supposed to touch the guests. Anyway, as you guys may have noticed, everything looks different this week, and that's because we have this brand new set. It's kind of awesome. Everything glows and lights up because I'm a sucker for that, and I demanded it. So we're doing it. We've got and everything looks like candy. We've got a very special episode. Davidii here is going to show us a brand new upcoming game. You're going to get a special sneak peek of it. But first, we're going to jump into one of his classics. We're going to chat with him, ask your questions. I got the Twitch chat right here, so you guys can throw questions into there, or you can go on Twitter and use hashtag CreatorShow to send questions to Davidii, and we will read them on air. So, why don't we jump into this? You're probably best known for around Roblox, League of Roblox.
Yes, probably. Either that or my survival games, but this one's the most modern.
After the Frost.
It's more Survival 3 was probably my most famous.
Okay, yes, yeah.
With great names, obviously.
Excellent names.
Very good names.
I say you're most famous because this is the one I know you for.
Yeah.
For those of you who aren't aware, the League of Roblox is a MOBA, which stands for
Multiplayer Online Battle Arena.
There you go. League of Legends, Dota 2, those kind of games are all MOBAs. And Davidii has made one that's Roblox themed, starring some of your favorite Roblox admins and other characters and jokes from that. And that's what you're seeing on here. We're gonna check this out and jump into this and play some few rounds of it. We're doing things. Can you describe the kind of process of making this? Like when you're doing a MOBA, do you start character first? Do you go enemies?
Oh my, that's brilliant. Well, the process was pretty interesting for me. For those of you that don't know, I started the game on a challenge, actually, with a Roblox admin who no longer works at Roblox. His name was Zhang. He said, I don't think anyone can make a MOBA on Roblox. Prove me wrong. So I'm like, okay.
All right.
So I went and gave it a shot. The first thing that I started with was I made the minions and turrets because I feel like that's the most MOBA-y thing. I mean, having characters to fight with is good, but I really I thought that minions would be the best place to start. So that's the first thing I did, and then it sort of evolved organically from there. I made one character, and then I expanded that system into making multiple characters and letting you choose characters and so on and so forth until I eventually get this game with I think 40 characters or so. And it's kind of had a cult following for a while, just because people really like it. It's very replayable because there's a lot of variety.
Excellent. My producer is handing me this excellent microphone here. Sorry to everyone who's hearing us pop in and lock in things. Apparently we moved sets. I also broke all of our microphones. So thanks for bearing with us while we figure out our sound. Hopefully this is better for you guys. We'll have this fixed soon. Yeah, the growing pains of changing sets. But yeah, so awesome. All right, so I gotta imagine character balance is probably one of the most difficult things to do this.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, I have a team of about 9 people helping me balance the game.
All right.
I haven't worked on it in a while because I've been very busy with other projects, one of which you will see at the end of the show.
Yes.
But for the most part, I've actually handed the game over to them. They've hired their own scripter to do minor changes, which is pretty neat. I'm glad that the community liked the game enough to want to put in the work it takes to understand my code base, which for this game is very filthy is the word. It's very poorly done.
You got some sloppy Lua in there?
Yes, it's an artifact of changing the game halfway through to filtering enabled.
Got it. All right.
Because I wanted to get it on the stream.
Yes, yeah. You gotta have your filtering enabled on to get on the stream. Gotta keep it safe. Awesome. So our first question comes from Nicholas Dev,
Okay.
and he says, "Where and how did you find Roblox?"
That is an excellent question.
Thanks, Nicholas Dev. Excellent question.
I found Roblox through a couple of friends. Oh crap! I'm getting wrecked by this Sorgus. So they showed me this. I'd been hanging out with them. This is back when I lived in Minnesota. I lived in Minnesota till I was 12, and I had these friends I actually still stay in touch with. They introduced Roblox to me, and I'm like, oh, this is pretty neat. And I looked like the graphics were, underwhelming, but I was a kid, and I'm like, oh, that looks neat. And when they said, oh yeah, and you can make your own games, I'm like, gimme. Because I'm like, I want to make my own stuff. So those guys got me on to Roblox, and I played other games for a while, trying to figure out like what can I do and how, and then I started getting into the actual process of making games. My first big hit was Survival 101. If anybody remembers that being on the front page, kudos.
People
You've been
do.
here a
We're getting
while.
questions about it.
But yeah, it was no real amazing story. Just a couple of friends told me about it, and I thought it was really cool, and I still think it's really cool, and that's why I'm here today.
Cool. Awesome. We should talk about the survival series, because that's your first thing.
Yeah,
for those who don't remember that, describe kind of that game for them.
Okay, so it stems from this love. I had this when I first started Roblox. I loved building games. So like my most favorite game, probably the first game I ever really played like on a daily basis, was this game called Build an Empire. If anybody here remembers that game, super kudos. But I thought to myself, it was just the copy and delete tool and clone tool, and I'm like, oh, it would be so much cooler if you had to like work to get your resources, like if you had to actually chop down trees to get what you needed to build. And so I started playing around with that. I used a couple of scripts that I used free models, and I reverse engineered the scripts and sort of looked for the patterns and tweaked things to try and get it to work the way I wanted it to work. And I ended up with this game where you could cut down trees and build with the logs, and then you could mine rocks and build with the stone. And it was interesting. I played it with my friends, and they all thought it was pretty neat. And I went to bed one day. I was on vacation, and I woke up in the morning, and I got on my laptop, and I logged in, and I had like 50 messages and 3,000 extra tickets, and like 3,000 tickets back then was a huge deal.
Oh my god, 3,000 tickets!
And I looked at the front page, and like there at number 2 was my game, Survival 101. I was like, oh my gosh, this is the best day.
That's that Roblox dream.
Right, this is the Roblox dream. Be on the front page. That was back when there was only the popular sort.
Oh, okay.
No other sorts. So yeah, I'm a bit of a Roblox geezer, and I just turret dive. Okay, so probably the most survival. It has many games. I think Survival 101, 202, 303, 323, 404, Finale, Into the Frost, Dominion, and Infinity.
Wow.
All those are titles in the survival series. Some of them a little more content filled than others. Probably the most famous one is 303. That has the most visits of them all at 3.5 million.
Not too shabby.
Yeah, not too shabby. And
Cool.
Probably the most famous game in the survival series.
The Noobs for Twitch wants to know if that series is still going.
I actually am playing around with ideas for another game. Veterans will not have recognized the word or the title Infinity in that list, and that's because it's the maybe someday up and coming title that I have on my page, but it's not open for anyone to see except for me. But yeah, that's a someday maybe, because I have a special place in my heart for survival games. I think they're really neat. Ironically, I came up with all these ideas for survival games before I even knew Minecraft existed, and they're basically the same concept on a huge number of levels.
So what you're saying is that you invented Minecraft.
I'm not going to say I invented Minecraft, but I will say that I made a game very similar to Minecraft on my own accord without ever hearing of Minecraft before.
There you go. You could have been Notch.
I could have been Notch. I just could have been. If only I'd learned Java earlier.
Nice. For those of you who are fans of the survival series and want to see Survival Infinity come out, you should definitely start tweet spamming your love for this series. Use hashtag creator show so we can keep track of them and yeah, show your support.
I don't need another project right now.
Yeah, we keep you busy here. You don't have a lot of free time to work on new things. But yeah, let's see. That's awesome. Going back to League of Roblox, which is what you guys are seeing here on the screen right now. If you've just joined us, this is Davidii.
Hello.
You're watching this game, League of Roblox, which is a Roblox MOBA. Stay tuned. We're going to show you a new game soon. When you're doing this,
Those buttons are stuck.
is there a lot of kind of math and calculations when you're upgrading abilities and stuff? Do you kind of have a set formula, or do you feel them out per character?
There's sort of there's a few things that are uniform across all characters. Like, for instance, how much damage a ranged hacks-based character does is a set number, based on, or how much their basic attack does. But as for the other abilities, there's really no surefire 100% good way to say this is how much damage this ability should do and why. And I just got killed by Night Galadel.
Man.
Probably the most strong character right now. Anyways.
I like that you give tips when you die.
Yeah, that was...
So you don't die again.
Or at least you
know
what
why.
you did wrong. But yeah, generally feel them out. That's really all you can do. Because the math would just be crazy hard.
Right. How much playtesting kind of goes into each of the characters?
Not enough. Not enough. I am one guy making probably, if you're going to rank games by complexity from most complex to least complex, you have MMOs up here. Somewhere in the top 5 is MOBAs, and I'm one guy. So I don't have the resources or the energy to actually make this a truly perfect experience, and that's sort of why I haven't worked on a MOBA in a long time, simply because I can't really make it what I want it to be, because I am not good enough for a game of this scale. But yeah, basically I kind of tweak. I hear if I get 3 or more complaints about a character, I'll go look and I'm yeah, these numbers are probably off a little bit, and then I'll tweak them a little bit and make them bigger or smaller, and then go in, test it on some minions and say, yeah, it's probably good. Throw it up, wait for more people to complain, rinse and repeat.
Okay, cool. Constant work in progress.
Yes.
That's the Roblox style.
It's
That's kind of every game's in beta.
Every game's in, even Roblox.
Even Roblox is in beta.
Roblox, the platform, is in beta.
Yeah.
In case you didn't
You're
know
all
that.
beta testers. Job. Nitro Gaming wants to know how you learned to script on Roblox. You talked about building, but you do both.
I am not a fantastic builder, but I do know how to build. Stunning. Oh,
So you'd say scripting
Get
is
wrecked!
Nice.
Okay,
there you go. Sorry to all your eardrums out there. Everyone on headphones right now was like, oh god.
I like to. The way I learned to script was primary source was looking at free models.
Okay.
I'd try and find something that did something neat, something that I thought was cool. I would, I'd look at a model and say, oh wow, that does something really neat, and then I'd pick it apart and figure out how. And then when I had that knowledge, I supplemented it with the extremely well-documented wiki. So wiki.roblox.com for those budding scripters out there who didn't know it was a thing. You can find a ton of useful information on the wiki. Not lying at all, I use it more than 5 times a day in my projects, all the time, using it for referencing stuff. Because it's not really possible to remember all the things you need to know for programming. So having such a great documentation like the wiki is really, really helpful.
It's awesome.
So wiki and free models. That's your recipe for success.
Yeah, I would say that if you guys are just starting on Roblox and you're wanting to build games and do stuff, do not be afraid of free models. You can place those down, figure out your game mechanics, figure out the balance and what you want to do, and then if you have the inclination, you can build kind of custom things out around it. But for the purpose of getting a game out there and down and feeling it out, free models are awesome for that. Don't be afraid of them. Don't believe the hate. We love free models, and especially now that there's a bunch of good ones now that we curate the list. Look for that little badge in your studio in there. If you see that, you know it's good. Most of those have been made by pretty awesome people within our community. A lot of them are by like Quenty, stuff like that. Yours McSparks has a few in there.
Legend.
Quenty's amazing. Everything he does blows me away. That guy is incredible.
Whatever floats your boat. One of my favorite.
Oh my
Roblox
gosh,
games.
such a good game. Shout out to Quenty. I wish Quenty was on the show right now.
I know, right?
Man.
Oh, that makes me feel so much better.
I mean, instead of me, like just you and Quenty,
Me and Quenty.
hanging out.
Yeah.
that would be good.
Very smooth recovery there,
Yep.
Jack.
Yeah, that. There you go. You guys come on the show and I insult you on air. It's fine. That's how this goes. All right. So we got more questions coming in from fans. Hurt Fight Man 123.
Good name.
Yeah, wants to know what's your favorite game that you've made.
Oh, that is a hard question.
You have like 80 games.
I do have quite a few. My favorite game that I made, it's gonna be if anybody remembers this, congratulations. I made an RPG a long time ago called Dark Run, and it was like a science fiction RPG with, it was like super hacky, because like, for anybody who knows about old local parts where you would create a part and put it in the client's camera, like, if that sounds messed up to you, it should, because it is very messed up. But so it was this RPG. You could get like spaceships and make money, and there were quests, and it was pretty neat. It was a cool tech demo. Like, it just came out after GUIs because I wanted to make a custom dialogue system, but it never went anywhere. I worked on it for a while because it was really fun. But yeah, that's my favorite game, because if I could remake that and really give it the attention it deserves, I would totally do that in a heartbeat.
Nice. People remember that one. Nightshader's like, oh my god, Dark Run.
Yes.
Yeah.
You are the chosen ones.
There you go. That's awesome. Very cool. So we've had some new upgrades and additions to Roblox recently.
Mm-hmm.
And so both Japanda Time and Sneaky Boom want to know what you think of the neon textures and the smooth terrain, and if you have plans to use them.
I actually love both of them, and I am using both of them. If any of you remember, Serenok was on the next level just like 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks. He showed off a game called Project Bulkhead, and in its current state, we've added stuff since the next level. In its current state, we actually use both.
Oh, that's awesome.
We use neon for laser beams, and we use smooth terrain for asteroids, and I have to say they both look very, very cool.
That's awesome. If you guys missed the Project Bulkhead demo, it's actually up on our YouTube channel right now, youtube.com/Roblox. I think it's the latest video on there. There's a bunch of missiles and spaceships. It's pretty great. If we have time, maybe we can jump into it.
Sure. I did. I opened it up for the show.
Sweet. But first, I think we should show them your new project.
Sure. Okay. So something I am working on right now. It started out as an actual assignment, part of my job here on Roblox.
I'm gonna get in here with you.
If you're watching on a tablet or a phone, this game is built for such devices, in addition to computer. This is called Heroes. It is a dungeon crawling game. So currently I'm 17 rooms in, 61 monsters. Okay, so this is a game about fighting and killing evil wizards and monsters, and trying to clear out as much of a dungeon as you can. So as you can see, I've been adding new weapons recently, so I am currently equipped with the Iron Axe. This guy has a iron sword. Okay, nobody has a steel sword. Okay, cool. So I am gonna go up here and kick down this door.
Yeah.
Boom. And so now there are a bunch of monsters in here, and I have to kill them. The red circles signify areas that are about to be struck by enemies, and the goal is to dodge them, and see how far you can get. So this project I'm working on right now, I've been polishing it. I've been trying to make it really fun to play. One of the most important things is that it is very mobile compatible. So if you can play this on a tablet, you can play this on a phone, and it feels great. It's really,
I can confirm that. He showed it to me yesterday on the phone, and it works amazingly well. Like, probably the best running Roblox game I've ever seen on a phone.
Yeah, it's
very
very fun.
You're like, yeah, it's the best.
Yeah, it is. It's
the
totally
best.
the best.
Yeah, we don't got time for humility. This game is awesome.
Yeah. So the goal is go for a high score. Just see how far you can get with your friends. It's super simple, super addicting gameplay. So this person up here has died, and now they're a ghost.
It's a ghost.
So they get to watch the fight.
They notice they're on Twitch. What's up, all the people hanging out with us?
And now they're gonna get revived. So now they were a ghost, but now they're alive again.
Okay, cool. So if you make it to the next floor.
Here's an example of the neon texture in use. That's some lava. This is the lava floor. So yeah, I'm gonna try it. So you can pick up gold, and the more gold you have, the more lives you earn. And since it's a game based on teamwork, you share extra lives with your team. So these are the lives down here. So if anybody dies, it takes from that universal pool, so it really inspires a atmosphere of hating on your teammates when they do bad. I mean, it inspires an atmosphere of teamwork.
Very cool.
So yeah, the gameplay is really interesting because it's I can play it one-handed. Literally, the entire game is moving, and I know that sounds boring when I just say it like that, but when you actually play it, the game feels so action-packed and smooth that you hardly even notice how simple it is.
You could be like eating a sandwich.
Yeah, you just think of all the things you could be doing while playing Heroes.
Orcs. Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
Just drop in a big hunk of iron into their skull, bring in
you
the
could be like
cause of justice.
Instagram selfies.
Like selfie playing
like
Heroes.
While you're playing.
Yep.
Yeah.
And as you can see, I am legitimately playing. You can see this hand right here.
Homework.
I could side hug Jack in the Box.
Yeah, there you go. Look at that. No one has hugged me while they're playing a Roblox game before.
Yeah, see,
that's
there you
a first.
Go. First on Roblox.
There you
saw
go.
it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
Awesome. This is cool. So in its current state, like how complete would you say this is?
Oh, I have lots of plans. The core gameplay mechanics are pretty much done. So like how damage is taken, things like that. The next few things I want to add are a bunch of more floors. So right now I have 2 tile sets, the one you see here and the one you saw earlier with the the sort of dungeon castle type thing. Mm-hmm. And this is like the lava floor. I want to add a whole bunch more themes. And also I'm going to be bringing permanent progression in the form of new weapons that you can pick up. So as you can see, I'm prototyping that as I have an axe, this person has a sword, and so on and so forth. There's also some things you can buy. So I'm gonna, for instance, these allow you.
Right.
These allow you to play the game in different ways. So, for instance, Reckless Fury gives me a double damage. Like I deal double damage, so every hit is a critical hit basically. But it also makes me suffer double damage, which isn't good. And I can buy this really cheap one to try it out, or I can buy the permanent form and have it forever. So there's that sort of. Like, I don't want to charge you 120 Robux to get something you don't want, so I give you, like, this temporary kind.
Okay. Try before you
buy. Try before you buy for a lot.
Yeah. Rent first, buy later.
Yes. Rent first, buy later. So now you can see I'm dealing a whole bunch of damage, but I had full health before I entered that room.
Oh, yeah, you got, like, wrecked it.
Yeah, I got sniped. Now I'm a ghost.
2 ghosts. Uh-oh.
Yep. So we have no lives left, so anybody that dies from here on is going to be turned into a ghost, and there we go. Another one bites the dust. And this is the last guy in the game.
Oh, no. It's up to you, Erg.
If he dies, then the game's
then there you go.
Game over. So now we get to see how we did. So we collected 258 gold coins, and then we killed 126 monsters, and we cleared 29 rooms. And I can look at leaderboards.
Awesome! All right.
This is not quite finished yet, because obviously these are totally meaningless numbers.
Right.
But I'm waiting on a new API, so I can see I'm the last person ready. I'm the last person to click because they're like, "Hey," so I can see 3 out of 4 ready. So okay. And now start a new game. There you go. Just
awesome.
Non-stop action.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen like a roguelike on Roblox before.
Yeah, it's pretty. That's
the term for this, by the way.
It's pretty in that vein. The dungeons, as you see, are randomly generated. They fit together perfectly. That took a long time to get right. But yeah, it is a very fun, very action-packed game. And if you would like to try it out for a sneak peek, because it is not yet ready, you can try it out right now. It is on the next level, or not next level. It's live as long as we're here on the Creator Show, and I might leave it on for maybe an hour or so after.
There you guys go.
So if you want to give it a shot and see what it's like at this sneak peek,
You
now
can
is
play
the
it with
time.
one hand and Twitch chat
Right,
with
Twitch
the
chat
other
with the
hand.
other hand.
There you go.
See?
As long as you don't ever have to use WASD in your
Right.
Twitch
Or
chat.
you could have the Twitch chat on your laptop and be playing it on your tablet or your phone.
True.
Because seriously, guys, this is a super optimized mobile experience.
Yeah, it's really cool. Like even if you guys don't play Roblox on mobile, preferably,
give it
I
a try.
recommend like going and loading it up and checking it out because it's pretty incredible.
It'll bring you hope about the future state of mobile Roblox games.
Yeah, it really is. It's a shining example of kind of like what you can do with the Roblox mobile. But that's awesome, and it also is one of the games that supports gamepads.
Yes, I have actually added controller support just because I thought it'd be kind of fun. Why not?
Pretty easy, all
Yeah.
directions.
Yeah. It was a huge amount of. I actually like this game best on gamepad, so I always keep a controller plugged into my computer to play this game on whenever I test it, just because. I don't know. It feels fun to move with the joystick.
Yeah, the analog stick thing is kind of. There you go.
Yeah. So in the future, I'm going to be adding lots of more enemies and boss fights and obviously items for you to pick up and maybe trade with other players and sell for some permanent currency. It'll be fun.
That's awesome. We got a bunch more questions coming in.
Oh, please, questions. I love questions.
Braden007 wants to know what your favorite thing of what's your favorite part about working at Roblox as an intern, and also what's your favorite Starbucks drink?
Okay. My favorite Starbucks drink, because that's the shorter answer, is the caramel frappuccino.
Do you have any special like addendums to that?
I'm not a
caramel
huge
frappuccino.
coffee person, so I can't actually stomach real coffee. Yeah,
Have you seen their cotton
that's
candy
fun.
one?
There's a cotton
There's
candy
a cotton
one?
candy one.
That
I'm a little
sounds-
afraid of it. We
that
might have to
does-
try it.
Yeah, actually, let's do that sometime. Both
Yeah.
get the cotton candy. Is it a frappuccino?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so gross.
I don't think there's coffee in it,
Oh gosh.
but maybe we'll find out.
Yeah. Other question. What's my favorite part about being an intern here at Roblox? Well, first of all, it's a freaking dream come true.
Aw.
Like, I've been wanting to do this for 6 years now.
Wow,
Basically, like, once I started scripting, I'm like, I want to work at Roblox someday. The other part is it's everything I expected it to be, and that is the best part. Like, most people say don't meet your heroes, or don't make your dream, or don't make your hobby your job, but I did both of those things, and everything was great. So that's a nice thing. You guys probably don't know, but the atmosphere here at Roblox is really relaxed and really cheerful and very fun. Like, it's fun. It's not very serious. It's a great place to work. Okay. And I'm just having a blast here, so those are my favorite parts. I know I keep answering these questions way longer than I should, but
No, it's awesome. I'm glad you keep talking, so I don't have to talk so much. Awesome. Aiden Masilu, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, wants to know what your favorite game genre is, and I would expand that to be like also outside of Roblox games.
Right.
What's your favorite kind of stuff?
My favorite game that I play outside of Roblox right now. Oh, that's hard because since I started working here, I hardly ever play anything except Roblox because I live with people who like to play Roblox, and I can actually play Roblox with them. I really do like MOBAs. Like, League of Legends is one of my favorite games.
Are you good at League of Legends?
Not really.
Okay.
I mean, I'm okay. I have Mastery Rank 5 with Bard, if that means anything to anybody. But for the most part, I like games that are clever. Games that make me think, like, ooh, what if I did this, or ooh, maybe if games that can make me ask questions like that are my favorite games. I like Kerbal Space Program a lot, sort of in the same vein of, I like numbers and taking numbers and switching numbers around to see if I get different results, and Kerbal is a good example of that, and League of Legends is a good example of that, like keeping up with when they patch the game. They give these really specific numbers, and like I see like this number change from 3 to 4, and it's like, oh my gosh, like that I get excited about that. I'm that guy that
reads
gets
that.
excited
That's
about
what that's for. Okay.
3 to 4, yeah.
Because I'm the person who's like meaningless, and I click.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So. Yeah, and I see that +1, and I see all the possibilities in that +1, and the games that can get me excited about that +1 are the games I like to play.
Okay. Very cool. Side note, have you played Darkest Dungeon?
No, I haven't, but I've seen some videos about it, and it looks pretty neat, actually.
Okay, I'm going to show you that game later, because I think you'd be all over it. You'd probably also be good at it, and I'm bad at it, so I need some help. Awesomeness7812 wants to know how long...
How do you remember those numbers?
Because I'm reading them off my screen.
No, I meant him, like when you log in. Like, what if you forgot your username?
It's like Buddy, who's got like 6 numbers in a row.
Yeah.
He wants to know how long it took you to make this.
This is about 15 8-hour days.
Wow, all right.
Well, more like 13. But yeah.
More like 13-hour days or
13 8-hour days.
Okay.
It's something you might not necessarily know about game development is the last 10% of the game takes up 90% of the game development time. It's what we refer to as polish. So making things feel great, making things look great, and making the mechanics very, balancing things out and making it look and work, and doing the bug testing and play testing, making sure everything is intuitive, fixing things like this. That I need to fix. That is what takes up most of the time. So it was playable at like day 3, but only now is it really amazing. I think it's amazing, but maybe that's just my
I agree. I will say amazing.
Goggles right here.
Would you, for aspiring developers, people working on games, would you recommend they not get bogged down in polish until like the very end? There
is a concept we talk. I probably just use this phrase. There's a concept we talk about in game development, and a lot of other things. I couldn't give you the specific. It's called the MVP, and it doesn't stand for most valuable player. It stands for minimum viable product.
Okay.
There is a YouTube show called Extra Credits, which is a game, like a game maker showcase, and they have a really great episode on. They have a really great episode on MVP, which you should watch if you're interested. But long story short, minimum viable product is make only what you need for it to be a complete game, like a game that you can play and like. For instance, the minimum viable product of this game was have monsters that you can kill, be able to die, and reset the dungeon. Basically that. And minimum viable products are more or less complicated depending on the kind of game. Mm-hmm. But this game, for instance, has a very small minimum viable product. Like I did it in 3 days. But League of Roblox, on the other hand, had a very large minimum viable product that took me probably on the scale of 1 or 2 weeks. Dang it.
Wow.
I just died.
All right. There you go.
It starts getting pretty hard around room.
This is getting educational. You guys are getting lessons in game development here.
Yeah, I mean, it's a passion. I really enjoy it, and I hope that you guys... it is a very amazing experience to have made this... I guess I like games because this is my mind. This is my mind put in a form that you can touch and interact with. And that is beautiful to me. I love that you can literally get in my head by playing a game.
There you go. It's like being John Malkovich, but more fun.
Exactly.
There you go. That was a reference none of you got. I'm sorry.
Not even I got it.
Sorry, yep. Oh, gosh. All right. Well, I'm going to go dive oldness. But before we... finish the show. We started late, so we'll go a little longer than normal. But did we want to show them Project Bulkhead? Yeah, let's give you guys a treat. So you get two sneak peeks this episode. This is great.
And by the way, before I go on, Heroes, I am planning to do a full release this Sunday at midnight. So exactly a minute before this Sunday.
So like Saturday. Okay. So the Sunday leading to Monday.
Yeah, the Sunday leading to Monday.
Right.
So the
Good
midnight between Sunday and Monday.
All right. Stay up, everybody.
Yes.
Summer vacation.
It's summer vacation. Not for me, though. I have a job.
No, yeah, you're making work.
Group creations. I'm building this, in case you guys didn't know, I'm building this game in conjunction with Mirli and Saranok, the twin brothers. So I'm going to play this game. You guys can follow me in if you want.
So how's the process been doing this? Because your guys are kind of like the first big project I'm seeing coming out of group-owned games, which is a new feature on Roblox for those of you who aren't familiar. The group places can now be like fully published games, and you can split the revenue of Robux and ticks between people. So if you guys work on teams, you can do stuff, which is great. Mm-hmm. A bunch of our interns are doing that. and it's awesome and it looks really cool. But like, how's the process been?
So the process has been interesting. The group games, like the group built games, are really still in their infancy. They're not, they're not fully fleshed out. But we've actually, because Merely is on the web team, which is the team that's kind of handling the group games, and because Matthew is on the studio team, we've been it's been very helpful for all of us to be working on this game together, because they can go and immediately use the things we learn in their job. So this is an asteroid using the new smooth terrain. As I mentioned earlier, I am using the new smooth terrain in a game, and I have to look past the camera here.
Does the game generate it, or do you just build it and have it be in
Yes, this is an automatically generated asteroid.
Awesome.
That's one over there. It's sort of chunked out. Like, you can see the ores on the inside.
So you can blow it up.
Right, I can blow it up.
Oh.
But more fun than blowing it up is mining it out, because there is a new module called the mining laser. That did not want it that way. Nope. Rotate. There we go. And then we have the mining laser, which looks like this. And then I want to get some spotlights as well, because it gets dark inside of asteroids. Boop. And this, by the way, uses the new neon. You can see the awesome appearance of the lights there. So
Nice.
if you can see the lighting on the surface. And we'll call that good for a mining ship. And so I'm going to show you, when I hold spacebar, my mining laser activates.
Hey, I'm in this game with you.
So look, you can see that the laser itself is also made of neon, and it's flashing because
That's awesome.
lasers do that in real life. They pulse because it's very hard to make a sustained laser. Definitely not excusing server latency there. And so if I shoot this smooth terrain asteroid with my laser beam, it starts to carve it out.
Dang, all right.
This is really satisfying to do. If you wanted to get in and do this, it is a fabulously fun thing.
It is all day. You invented Space Quarry.
Yeah, this is the hope that people will have a really good time. So going in first person and watching your laser from beneath carve everything out is really fun. So another thing is there's things to find inside. You can't collect them quite yet. Like I said, this game's in development, and Merely is actually on a vacation right now, so we can't work with him.
I thought his vacation was being a Roblox intern.
Yeah, no, he's out in Texas, I think. But yeah, so here we're going deeper and deeper, and it's getting harder to see, but that's why I got the spotlights so we could see where we were going. And
Yeah.
it's just so cool to think that you made this cave just now, and you're inside of an asteroid in space, searching for precious metals and uranium and crystals and things like that.
That's awesome. Friazo Huga asks the question I think everyone's thinking is, will there be aliens?
Will there be aliens? We do plan on having artificial intelligence opponents.
Things. Space.
I carved,
Space on the
I
other side.
carved right through it. So I just dug a tunnel through an asteroid in outer space. Oop. And there we go. So I just tunneled through an asteroid, and that was super organic. The ease, like, smooth terrain is so awesome. This was really easy to set up. Like, this was very easy to do. So use smooth terrain. It's amazing. Like, it's one of the coolest things on Roblox right now. Also, neon. Neon makes things look pretty.
Yeah. Very cool. Yeah, 2 new features.
Will there be aliens? Probably. They might not be aliens. They might be human pirates, but there will be enemies. So yes.
Is that a black hole, and does it do anything?
That is a black hole, and no, it does not do anything. Matthew really wanted to put it in, so I said, okay, if you wanna. So
awesome.
Yeah. Someday soon, this will be a very Minecraft sort of type game where you have to collect the resources you use to build your spaceship, and then you go and wreck noobs with your torpedoes and your lasers, and it'll be a whole bunch of fun. And the best torpedoes fire backwards to get the pursuers. Yeah, oops, I put them on backwards. So yeah.
It's kind of like EVE Online, but
Roblox.
But you can. There's a real game in there.
Yeah, so
it's not as charts.
I can say save. Let's call this mole 2 because I have another mole. So I can load another ship. So this is a ship I made earlier.
Cool. Whoa.
So it teleported me to the origin, which is something I didn't, or which is something I have to fix. But this is my earlier mining ship, and as you can see, it has someone stuck inside of it.
Yeah, those other people got sucked into that black hole.
That was not. Just get out. Okay, good.
Get off my ship.
Right. So I'm gonna fix that real quick. Put another modular girder in here. The building is very intuitive, very easy. It's well, it's not intuitive, but once you know it, it's easy. But it's kind of hard to make 3D building without your hands.
Right.
Intuitive. Like, how do you map a keyboard to this really complex system of rotations? And it's hard to do. So we're doing our best. But yeah. So look forward to this game. This game will not be released on Sunday night at midnight. We will be working on it for probably a lot longer. Making sure that it's really cool. We might do more sneak peeks in the future. Look for it here on this show. We'll probably try and get it on here more.
We'll definitely be showing this again.
Yeah.
Yeah. For those of you who are asking in the chat and just joining us, this is a sneak peek of an upcoming game called Project Bulkhead that's being developed by Davidii, Merely,
and Saranock.
Saranock.
Under the group name #Merely Illuminati.
Merely Illuminati game. All right. Awesome. It's very cool. This is neat. So we're past 3:00, so we'll start to wrap it up. We won't just shut it off. We can get a few more questions for people while you float around space, because this is fun to watch and I'm enjoying it. I just like the skybox even.
Yeah,
just
that's
hanging
pretty
out.
Neat, skybox.
That's awesome. So if you guys have kind of like quick fire questions for Davidii, maybe things about his favorite blank, like, go for it, and we'll just start quizzing him rapidly. First one, favorite pizza topping?
Sausage.
Sausage. All right, interesting. What brand of shoes do you wear?
Converse.
Converse. All right.
And if I can't afford Converse, then I go with New Balance. Wait.
What you got on now?
I think New Balance.
New Balance?
The big N is, that's New Balance?
Yeah, it's New Balance.
Okay, New Balance, yeah.
New Balance are way comfier. They got all that support. I like my Converse, but after a long day.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, here's some titanium.
Someone asked, do you like tycoons?
Do I like tycoons? Yeah, actually. I don't think that there's been like a truly amazing one on Roblox yet. I think Miner's Haven is a pretty good step in the right direction, but actually I played Mars Invasion Tycoon this morning.
Nice.
I saw it was on the front page and it didn't have like a terrible rating, so I'm like,
I like that one. I like that I like those
It's-
different waves of aliens that come through.
It's very Chakra's Zombie Defense Tycoon. If anybody remembers that was probably the best. No, I'm not gonna say it was the best. It was my favorite tycoon on Roblox. But I'd like to see more tycoons with less button tycoons, more of the custom placement of Bereza, and also honestly, this game ultimately falls under the umbrella of Tycoon because the plan is to have a flying factory. Like the modules actually have the modules have directionality, and that will matter in how resources move through your ship.
Cool. So you like the traditional sense of Tycoon, like roller coaster tycoon,
right?
Or where
actually,
you're a manager and the freedom to build. Yeah, for sure, I agree with you.
So I love Kerbal Space Program, and that's like Space Program Tycoon.
Yes.
So that kind of thing.
So that answers your question, Nyston. He does like Kerbal Space Program. Super Phineas wants to know your favorite movie.
My favorite movie? Oh, this has changed. I'll just list off like 5 movies I really love. Wreck-It Ralph.
Nice.
Ender's Game, because I thought it was really close to the book, and it's a great book. You should totally read Ender's Game and then see the movie. Also, very impressive child actor. I really enjoyed Mad Max Fury Road.
That movie was awesome.
That was a fantastic
We're not
movie.
officially endorsing an R-rated movie on the stream, but it's so awesome.
I liked Jurassic World quite a bit, actually, because I was a fan of the original Jurassic Park, and I felt like it really worked well.
I would say that is by far the best sequel.
Yeah, that's probably the best sequel I've ever seen.
It builds on what Jurassic Park is instead of just being like, here's a bunch of new dinosaurs.
Yeah. So there's 4, not in any specific order, but 4 movies I really like.
That was good. Stickstone Gamer wants to know what's up with your shirt. He's wearing a Roblox shirt.
Yep, you make the game.
You make the game. If you guys come to the Roblox office, first Friday of every month we do tours, and you can grab one of these shirts at the end of the tour, or if you head into our store around the holidays, we actually sell them. That's how you get that. Favorite animal?
Otter.
Otter,
hands down.
That's a good choice. What a great animal. Otters are the best.
They're so cute.
Have you been down to the Monterey Bay Aquarium?
I have not
We're
yet.
gonna take you down there. At the
please do.
field trip. Let's go pet some otters.
Pet them? Really?
I don't think they let you touch them.
That would be a dream come true.
And then your favorite childhood cartoon. Let's end on that one. It's from Interruption.
Teen Titans, like the original one. I really loved the original Teen Titans. I actually just bought the first season to watch it over again.
The one that was serious, not the comedy one. The serious one, yeah. Like
I mean, it had elements of comedy to it, but it was
but
more serious than anything.
They went into the dark.
Yeah,
the dark,
kind of dark,
roles.
Disturbing too at some points. But I don't know. I like that. You know, the 14-year-old me that wanted to pretend like I was mature liked that game, like that show. My favorite cartoon right now is definitely Phineas and Ferb. That's a great show.
Phineas and Ferb is awesome.
I know. It's like, wow, this is actually quality entertainment, even for someone of my age. You know, it's nice and innocent and honest, and I like that.
You can watch cartoons forever. You never have to stop watching cartoons. Kids.
Don't stop watching cartoons.
Look at that. There's a thing.
Yep, this is uranium. Again, you can't collect things yet, but you can find
So
it.
here's a dumb question. Is uranium actually in asteroids in space?
I don't know, but I know for a fact it's not green and glowing.
Not like it's not like the Simpson rods.
Yeah, we made the decision to make it visually obvious that it was something that emitted energy. Uranium in real life is a dull gray metal, and you shouldn't touch it or look at it because it will destroy your cell structures.
Oh, ooh, bummer. Awesome. Well, on that note, we're going to wrap up here. I want to thank you guys all for tuning in. Sorry about the technical difficulties at the beginning. I hope all your ears are okay. We'll fix that. We'll get that going. But yeah, thanks for hanging out with us on our new set, doing our new show. Thank you so much, Davidii, for coming on. This has been a blast. It's so good. It's so nice to have you guys here locally and doing that stuff, especially when you're showing off awesome, rad projects. Tune in to the Creator Show in 2 weeks, where we'll have another guest, probably another awesome Roblox intern. We'll see. Actually, it's July 10th. It's going to be No to Game. He's visiting from England on a special. He's on vacation, and he's going to come by, and I'm going to get him on here, and we're going to hang out. So that will be in 2 weeks on July 10th. Next Wednesday, we'll have the next level. That'll be the next time you can hang out with us on Twitch. Be sure to follow us on all social media. We are at Roblox on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube.
Pinterest?
We are not on Pinterest because I have enough time managing all those. We're on Vine and Snapchat too. If you can find it, good luck. Cool, I think that wraps it up. Thanks so much to Inception Time, who's my production assistant and sends me all these questions that you guys haven't. And thanks for asking all these awesome questions. You guys sent in amazing questions this week. So great. It was awesome. I had a blast. Thanks again to David. I'm Jack in the Blocks. We love you guys. Peace out. Have a nice